what you're going to share. So I would just suggest that we do it like that, and then when everyone is in a little later, I'll pause so you can share. Okay. Great. Thanks. Okay. Zach is here. Hi, Zach.
Hi.
Okay. Good. So let's begin in a comfortable seated posture. If you've just joined the meeting, then set up the mat, or if you don't have a mat, just sit straight in front. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Place your hands next to your hips on the floor, fingertips on the floor, or your palms, and lengthen your sternum up to straighten your spine, shoulders back and down. Relax your tailbone and drop your sit bones down. Relax your hip joint and allow your knees to release towards the floor. Head neutrally over your spine, chin slightly down. Hold the body with your actions and just relax there. On your next inhalation, bring your hands to your thighs, palms facing up. Once again, lift your sternum up to lengthen the spine, shoulders back and down. Close your eyes, please. Suggest for your throat to relax. Relax the skin on your face, your forehead, and your cheeks. And rest your eyes. Connect with your breath. Observe your breath as you breathe naturally. Resist the urge to change anything, just observe. And as you do this, you gently bring the mind to the present moment in time and space. And to regulate your breath, take a deeper inhalation, lift your chest up, expand the chest, keep the chest elevated, exhale, release the upper abdomen away from your rib cage. Keep the chest elevated. Inhale, expand the chest, keep it elevated, exhale, relax the upper abdomen away from the ribs. One more time. And release. Release your breath. Relax your hands. And then turn and come to tabletop, please. Come to your hands and knees. Turn to the top of your mat and come to your hands and knees. Okay, and here, just doing a few cat-cows on your own to open the spine. On your inhalation, look at the wall in front, lift your sit bones up. On your exhale, round your spine and look at your navel. Continue on your own, please. Just warming up the spine. And synchronizing movement with breath. And then add any other movement that can help you just connect with your body open the body, move the energy around. Maybe you circle your elbows and shoulders or your hips, or move from side to side. So whatever feels comfortable to you. And as you do that, try to get a sense of where the tight areas are in your body. And let that feed your awareness. And then when you're done, come to neutral again, and then make your way to child's pose, joining your big toes, taking your knees apart, and taking your hips towards your heels. Keep your hands in front for child's pose. And keep your hips where they are, reach your hands forward, don't lift your hips up, and straighten your arms. So lift your elbows off the floor, pushing down on all sides of your palms, especially the index finger, thumb side of your palm. Push down, straighten your elbows, lift the elbows off the floor, and do an outer rotation of your upper arms to widen the collarbones and take your shoulder blades up your back. This is the action. These are the actions for downward dog in your arms. And as you push down with your hands, move the energy back into your hips and hips towards your heels. So you're moving from the front to the back. Similar in downward dog. So take that awareness, take that consciousness with you as you make your way up to downward dog. Keep your knees bent and try to repeat the action in your arms. Keep your knees slightly bent. So that would mean, once again, grounding the index thumb finger side of your palms, pushing down into the floor, straightening your elbows, doing an outer rotation of the upper arms to widen the collarbones, take the shoulder blades up your back, and then move the posture from your hands to your sit bones. So that's the apex of the posture. Lift your sit bones up and back. And then inhale, look forward. Exhale, straighten your legs any amount. Keep the hips there, keep the action of your arms. Inhale, bend your knees again slightly, lift your hips back and up. Exhale, straighten your legs, release your head. Do that 3 more times. Inhale, look forward, lengthen the spine. Exhale, straighten the legs, release your head. 3, inhale, bend your knees, energize your arms. Exhale, straighten your legs, energize your legs. Last time, inhale and exhale. Inhale, step both your legs forward. Look at the wall in front, lengthen the spine. We're continuing to warm up. Exhale, bend your knees, release your chest and head. Release your torso. Bend your knees. Inhale, look at the wall in front, straighten your spine, straighten your legs any amount. Exhale, bend your knees, release your torso and head. Continue on your own. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, energize your spine and legs. Exhale, relax, let it go. Inhale, activate. Exhale, let it go, release. Inhale, come up vertebrae by vertebrae, if that's okay. Otherwise, come to the half position and come up. Okay. Step to the top of your mat and apply the actions of mountain pose, straightening your legs, lengthening your spine, straightening your hands, dropping your shoulder blades and your tailbone. Legs together. Elena and Debbie, feet together. Yeah. And again, try to exaggerate the muscles moving into the bones to wake up the muscles and your actions, and hold your actions there. And then relax your actions, let it go, release. You can shake the body a little bit to loosen the body up, and then just stand in a more relaxed expression of mountain pose. Okay, come back to your breath. Observe your breath again, connect with it. We're going to warm up with some sun salutations, classical sun salutation. Inhale, hands above your head. Exhale, relax and fold hands to the floor or your shins. Inhale, look at the wall in front. Exhale, right leg back, right knee down, hands on the floor. Inhale, take your hands above your head. Exhale, move to plank position. Inhale there. Exhale, knees down, chest down, hips lifted. Inhale, drop your pelvis, lift your head and chest, elbows are bent. Exhale, lift your hips back and up to downward dog. Inhale, step your right leg forward, left knee down, hands above your head. Exhale, hands to the floor. Inhale, step your left leg forward, look at the wall in front, coming to half standing. Exhale, fold, release your chest and head. Inhale, hands above your head, come up. Exhale, release your hands. Samastiti. Continuing, inhale, hands above your head. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, relax your hips as you fold. Inhale, look at the wall in front to extend your spine. Exhale, right leg back, right knee down, hands on the floor. Relax and open the front of the right thigh. Relax your left knee. Inhale, take your hands above your head. Energize with your right hand. Exhale, move towards plank position. Take your heels back slightly in plank, shoulders in line with your wrists, and look forward. Look about a foot ahead. Exhale, knees down, chest down, hips lifted. Inhale, drop your pelvis, lift your head and chest. Exhale, lift your hips back and up to downward dog. Inhale, step your right leg forward, left knee down, take your hands above your head, and energize with your left hand. Exhale, hands to the floor. Relax and open the front of the left thigh. Relax the right knee and look at the wall in front. Inhale, step your left leg forward and look at the wall in front of you in half standing. Exhale, relax and fold. Inhale, hands above your head, come up. Exhale, release your hands. Sun salutation A. Inhale, hands above your head. Exhale and fold. Try to keep your hands wherever they are. Inhale and just lift your head up to look at the wall in front. Exhale, step both your legs back and take your body down either halfway or all the way down. In Chaturanga or a modification, inhale into upward dog or a modification. Exhale, lift your hips back and up to downward dog. This time staying a little longer. So begin to refine the actions in your body. On your next inhalation, step both your legs forward, lengthen your spine, look at the wall in front. Exhale, relax and fold. Inhale, take your hands above your head, come up. Exhale, release your hands. Last one. Inhale, hands above your head, lengthen the sides of your waist. Exhale, relax and fold. Try to keep your hands there. Inhale, look at the wall in front. Exhale, step both your legs back and go down into chaturanga or a modification. Inhale to upward dog or a modification. And exhale to downward dog. Stay there in downward dog. Use the first few breaths to apply the actions of downward dog. And then try to relax the areas that are tight. The back of your legs, your hip joint. Suggest for it to relax. And then come down to child's pose, please. You can also lie down on your back if it's too much on your knees in child's pose. And then come up, lift your torso up, lie down on your back in Supta Baddha Konasana, join the soles of your feet and take your knees apart. Kerith, you can, if you'd like to share here, this would be a good time. So everyone else, just lie down on your back, join the soles of your feet, knees apart.
So there's a rabbi, Rabbi Hirsch Lieb, who left home as a young man to do what he described as living in exile. And when he used that word of exile, he meant this to understand a mystical concept, this idea that the Shekhinah, which is the feminine aspect of God, is in exile from the masculine aspect of God. And that's part of why our world is so broken. It's a very mystical Jewish idea that these two things are separate, and that when we enter a messianic age, that those two forces will be joined. So he wanted to understand this idea of exile within the world, so he took himself out of his home, and he left with only a small amount of belongings. And along the road, he met a farmer who asked, "Where are you going, young man?" And he said, "I'm going to look for work." And the farmer responded to him, "Is there no work in your village?" And Reb Hirsch Lieb said, "It's very hard to find it." And the farmer said, "You're mistaken. A determined person who is not lazy will find work even in his home." So later on in life, when Reb Hirsch Lieb became a very recognized rabbi with a lot of followers and students, he would tell this story to his students. And obviously he found his work. His work was in becoming a teacher and a rabbi. And he would add that when a person truly deeply desires to serve holiness and to serve God, it is possible to find this work even at home. And so today I want us to think a little bit about this concept of home. We're many of us confined more to our homes than we would have been before we were experiencing the effects of coronavirus. But we also, in the physical practice, the abode of the body is a home that we never leave, even if we were like Reb Hirsch to go out on a sojourn and try to experience this feeling of exile. The body is the home for the soul. So as we examine this idea of home, let's pay close attention to the home of our soul, the home of our mind, our body mind, as we take care of it today.
Thank you, Karit, for that sharing. And there are so many concepts in yoga that interject with what Karit spoke about. In fact, many deep concepts that are in common with what she just shared. And I'll try to bring a few of them into the practice today. The first thing, of course, is that we heard Karit talk about the masculine and feminine aspects of the self, either being separate or not. In yoga, you may have heard the term hatha yoga. It's actually pronounced hatha yoga. It actually means the union of different energies, the sun and the moon, and as well as masculine and feminine. That's all of yoga in the Indian system, of course, is hatha yoga, and it basically means the balancing of opposite forces and bringing also union or holding space in balance for opposing forces to work together, you know. So there's that part of it, which I heard in the beginning. So here in the practice, one simple way of doing this is you probably hear me instruct the actions and as well as the relaxation. So in every posture and everything that we practice in the physical practice, eventually there is a simultaneous space held for action and relaxation. So the posture, the asana is not complete unless those two qualities are in balance, yeah, of action and relaxation. Okay, so maybe we can just think about that for the next few postures, and then we'll go deeper. Okay, so you can use your hands to bring your knees together and roll over to your side and make your way to downward dog again. So here in downward dog, like we did in the beginning of the class, we focus on the actions first. So drop the index finger side of your palm, look at your hands, and then using the floor, straighten your arms, lift your sit bones up, straighten the spine, and then move the posture back to your legs, straighten the legs and your mount, and release the head. Now you've applied the actions. Now try to relax. In equal measure, relax the areas that are tight while still holding the action. So how can you find balance between two opposing forces? In some ways, and when they work together is when you find the balance. Also between your inhalation and exhalation, find the balance between those two. And on your next inhalation, step your legs forward. Look at the wall in front. Exhale, relax and fold. Inhale, bring your hands above your head, come up. Exhale, release your hands. We're going into a balancing posture, and it's a twist as well. I think we may have done it last time. Lani, can you hear me well? Just give me a thumbs up if you can hear me well. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to spotlight Lani's video. I think she would know that. Kerith, I think you may not have made me a host, right? So, or if you could, just spotlight her video. So if you watch, Lani, we're just going to do a standing twist. You can, okay, lift, just watch everybody. Yeah, you can face the same direction that you were. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so Lani, lift your right leg up and hold the right knee with your left hand. Yes, like that. So you're going to stay there first and find the balance. If you look at her left leg, it's straight and the right knee is pretty high up, so the right hip is relaxed. And from here, first you're going to stay here for a little while, and then Lani, take your right hand back. Right hand back. Yes, in line with your shoulder. Pull the knee up, right knee up a little more. You're going to stabilize, and then if you can, look at your right thumb. Okay? So this is what we're going to get into. Okay? And release. Release. Okay. Kerith, if you could, that's fine, I guess. You can leave it there, or. So some of you, if you want more of a challenge, you can do, and you're more open, not only a challenge, but you're also more open in the hip joint. You can do the same thing with your right leg straight, okay? The lifted leg straight. So let's all come to standing first. And then lift your right leg up with the knee bent and hold either the right knee with your left hand. Left hand, yeah, right hand can be on your right hip. Right hand on your right hip first, yes. And get the balance. Now, if you're straightening, then you hold, that's not for everyone, so be careful. Hold the right foot with the left hand and then straighten the right leg. Yes. Now, relax the right hip, everyone. Lift the right leg up more with your left hand. Now get stable. If you're stable, take the right hand back in line with your right shoulder. If your knee is bent, flex the right foot. And then if you're stable, look back, look at your right thumb. Lani, lift your right leg up more. Yes. And everyone, release, please. Let it go. Relax. Okay. Relax and recover. Okay, and make your way to the other side. Lift your left leg up and hold the left knee or the foot with your right hand. Left hand on your hip, so right at the root of the thigh. And first make the right leg straight and get the balance. Use the wall if you need for balance. And then if you're straightening, straighten the left leg. Otherwise, just hold the knee. And then relax the left hip, lift it up, lift the leg up. And if you're stable, take the left hand back. Restabilize there. Lift the right leg up, the left leg up, and then look back. And release. Come back to center. Relax your body and recover, please. Recover your breath. Okay, and you can turn and stand at the top of your mat where you were in the beginning. Take your feet hip distance apart. Make sure that the heels are out slightly. Carrot, take your bricks in front, Carrot. You're going into a forward bend. Okay. Feet hip distance apart. So Debbie, your feet are too wide, slightly in, yes. And make sure that the heels are out slightly, so the outer edges of your feet are parallel to the edges of the mat. Okay, and then inhale, take your hands above your head. Exhale, relax your hips and fold and release your hands. If you can hold your big toes, hold your big toes. Otherwise, wherever is comfortable for you. Okay? So if you're holding your big toes, it's with your two fingers, index and middle finger, and the thumb wraps around. Yeah? You wrap around, you make like a hold, yeah. And then look at the wall in front of you. Straighten your arms, so lift your chest so much that the arms straighten. Okay, and then lift your sit bones up and straighten the legs any amount. If you have low back problems, then you can keep the knees bent, okay? So stay in the half position here, lengthening the sternum forward to open the back of the legs. For some of you, if your hamstrings are tight or you have low back issues, this stage of the posture is more beneficial. If you're more open, then relax, keep everything as it is. Relax your hip joint. On your exhale, take your elbows out and bring your abdomen towards your thighs. Once again, now look at your big toes. Stay there, don't back off. Just look at the big toes. Exhale, take the elbows out more. Abdomen towards your thighs. Once again, look at the big toes on the inhale. Exhale, go in a little deeper. And now stay there. Release your head. Stay there. Again, you've accessed the tight areas with your action. Now try to balance between effort and release. Let go of your effort. You've already done that for so long. So try to relax your effort for the next few moments in equal measure. And inhale, come to the half position, please. Exhale, hands on your hips. Inhale, come up. Take your hands above your head. Exhale and release your hands. Okay. Turn to face the camera, please. You're going to do a similar, it's going to be a forward bend. So have your bricks in front if you need them. But this time the legs are going to be wider. So step or jump your feet apart. Take your hands apart in line with your shoulders, parallel to the floor. Relax your shoulders, relax your hips, and turn your toes in slightly. So Zach, take your legs apart more. Yes, good. Now inhale, turn your palms up, look up, lift your chest up, exhale, hands to the floor. Or your bricks, if you're using your bricks, yeah. Wherever is comfortable for you, yeah. And then from there, like you did in the previous posture, look at the wall in front, straighten your spine, straighten your hands. If you can put your wrist on the floor or the bricks, do that, please. Yeah, except Aline, if you need to modify, please modify, Aline. Okay, and then lengthen your spine, lengthen the back of your legs, any amount. Stay in the half position if you have something going on in your low back or your hamstrings are tight. If you're more open, take your hands back and fold. Take the elbows back to fold. Fingers pointed forward. Yes, fingers same way. Elbows out. So Aline, bring your hands just as you had it in the half position. Same way, but take it back towards your feet. Elbows go back, not out. Yes, to fold. And once you are in the physical posture, to your capability, hold the actions, hold your body with your actions, and relax wherever you feel the tightness. Suggest with your mind to relax. Suggest with your mind to release. And inhale, come to the half position, please. Look at the wall in front. Exhale, hands on your hips. Inhale, come up, keep your legs as they are. Exhale and interlock your fingers behind your hips. Lift your chest up, take your shoulders back and straighten your arms behind you. Look up. Exhale, relax your hips and come to the half position, bringing your torso parallel to the floor. And just as you did in the previous version, inhale, look at the wall in front, lift your hips, sit bones up. You can either stay here or exhale, fold, relax your hips, and try to bring your head to the floor or wherever is comfortable for you. Now don't keep pushing down. Relax your hips instead, lengthen the spine. Now, once you're there, relax your shoulder joint, and on every exhalation, try to bring your fingers towards the floor. The pinky finger towards the floor. Don't push too much. It's an action of relaxation. Okay, and inhale, come all the way up, please. Exhale, release your hands, bring your legs together. And turn to whichever direction, go to the top of your mat. Inhale, take your hands above your head. Exhale, relax and fold. Inhale, look at the wall in front. Exhale, step or jump both your legs back and go down to Chaturanga or modify as needed. Inhale to upward dog, modify if you need. Exhale to downward dog. Inhale, step or jump your legs through, come to a seated posture. And then lie down on your back, please. Okay. Bend your knees and bring your heels in line with your hips, close to your hips. We're going into 3 bridge postures. Inhale. First, clasp the edges of your mat with your hands. Inhale, lift your hips up and roll your shoulders under. Use the grip of the mat to roll the shoulders under and move your shoulders away from your ears. Lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Tuck your tailbone, lengthen the low back, navel in. Relax the throat. And exhale, come down, release. Take a deep inhalation. Exhale and relax there. Second one, inhale, lift your hips up, interlock your fingers under your hips like you did earlier. And here, as you straighten your arms, you can move the shoulders away from your ears even more. Roll the arms, shoulders under, upper arms under. And pressing down on your feet, activate your glutes and your hamstrings. Lift the pelvis up. And then tuck your tailbone, navel into spine. Once you're there, try to relax and open the front body, the front of your thighs, your pelvis, abdomen, chest. Relax your throat. and release, please. Come down, release your fingers, release your hips down. Take a deep inhalation and exhale to relax. If it is available, hold your ankles. If not, just repeat one of the previous variations. It's holding the ankles is quite deeper on the spine, so do what is appropriate, okay? And then lift your hips up. Yeah, you can go to wheel if you want, Lani. And if you're holding your ankles, make sure that the heels are on the floor. You can, in fact, you can drop your elbows to the floor and that'll help you to lift the pelvis up more. Try to stay up. If you're coming down from wheel, chin to chest, land on your back, on the up shoulders, yes. Nice. Everyone come down, please. Hug your knees into your chest. Release the low back in any way that's comfortable for you. You can stay in one place or roll from side to side or rotate the knees. Actually, everyone rotate the knees above the hips. Do some knee circles and release the sacrum. And change direction. Okay, and then release your feet to the floor. You're going to go into reclining twist. So lift and move your hips only to the right. Release them down. Straighten your left leg along the floor. Left leg along the floor. Right knee into your chest. Using your left hand, take the knee to your left, knee and foot to the left, towards or on the floor, and lengthen the right hand in line with your right shoulder into the twist. And once again, how can you balance between action and relaxation, between inhale and exhale, between effort and letting go? Come back to center, please, and making your way to the other side. Lift and move your hips to the left. Straighten your right leg along the floor. Left knee into your chest. Using your right hand, take the knee and foot to your right. Left hand in line with your left shoulder. Relax into the twist. Relax in the twist. And let your actions still be there. And inhale. Come back to center. If you look at your screen, if you just look at my window, you're going to make your place your hands like this, so thumbs touching and index fingers touching in a triangle like this, yeah? And you're going to place this under your hips, so it's around the sacrum. Your fingers are around the sacrum, which is the tailbone, lowest part of your spine, palm facing down, okay? You're going to work on the core a little bit. Oh, sorry, 1 second.
Okay. Everyone can hear me, right? Because something happened here. All good? Okay. We're going to work on the core a little bit. So keep your hips down on your hands. Lift your legs.
Okay, can you hear me or not? Can you hear me? Yes, okay. Lift your legs straight up, please. Legs 90-degree angle, perpendicular to the floor. Keep your back supported with your hands there and flex your feet. Move the heels away from you, straighten the legs as much as you can. Navel into your spine. Stay there just for a little longer. And bend your knees, release your feet to the floor. Okay. We're going to repeat that. This time, however, if you have any low back problems, then you can just do what we just did with your legs at a 90-degree angle. Those of you who are okay, I'm going to take you in a little deeper into the posture. So inhale, straighten your legs, bring them at a 90-degree angle, flex your feet, join, let the big toes touch. The heels can be apart slightly. Let the big sides of the inner necks of the big toes touch. Yes. Now stay there, navel into spine, and take your awareness to the lowest back ribs. Try to spread that along the floor. Keep your awareness there. Those of you who are staying there, just stay there. Otherwise, drop your straight legs to a 60-degree angle and stay there. Now try to ground, take the navel into your chest, into your spine, and ground the back ribs, the lower back ribs on the floor, evenly on both sides. Now drop to a 30-degree angle if you're going further. Again, now you see that the back ribs will lift. Take the navel in and ground the low back in, back ribs in, and then to a 15-degree angle. Stay there. 1, 2, 3. Inhale, take your legs straight up to 90-degree angle. Everybody bend your knees and hug your knees into your chest, please. Okay. Release the low back. Now, those of you who have, let's see, we have some time here. Okay. Roll over to your side and just come to a seated posture, please. Okay. Straight. Okay. Kerith, is there anything you want to share now at this point? You okay? Okay. Come to Dandasana with your legs straight forward. You can turn, turn it with your legs straight forward. And place your hands next to your hips. Yeah, and lift your chest up. Shoulders back and down. Stay there. Kerith, you may want to sit on some elevation. Just for the low. If you're okay, you are okay. Okay, good. I couldn't see it. Stay there. Okay. And we're going to go into Baddha Konasana. So join the soles of your feet. Your knees will go apart. Join the soles of the feet and then take your heels towards your hips. Yes. Yeah, Zach, if you want to turn and look at the camera and do it, you can turn and do it. So you face the camera. Yes. Do it like that. That's fine. Okay, and now place your hands next to your hips, wrist in line with your hips. on the floor or any props that you have. Now try not to lean back. Keep the spine in line with your hips, with your sit bones. Pushing down on your wrists or your hands, lift your sternum up, lengthen the spine. Exhale, press your heels and the outer edge of your feet and take your knees towards the floor. Do that a few times. Inhale, lengthen the sternum up. Exhale, press your feet, take the knees towards the floor. Do that 3 more breaths on your own. Keep the spine lengthening. Don't let it drop. Yeah. Without the spine dropping, the knees have to go down. And now stay there. Hold the body with your actions. Don't release the body. Relax your groins. Suggest for the groins to relax. And release. Release. Bring your knees together. Straighten your legs in front. Place your hands next to your hips. And apply the actions of Dandasana again. Straighten your spine. Okay. Next, we're going to take straight legs. You're going to take your straight legs out to the side. You can use your hands on the side of the knee to pull one at a time. Yes, and straighten the legs out to the side. Okay. Again, you may want to sit on something, especially if you notice that your feet are just going out a lot, then sit on something. Only if you're able to keep your feet straight, toes pointing straight up, then it's fine to stay on the floor, okay? Now place your hands next to your hips again, wrists in line with your hips. Similar action, same action, the angle is different. So look at your feet and first make sure that the toes are pointing straight up. Straight up, they're not moving out or too in. Straight up, yeah? And then look at your knees. The knees also should point straight up. Now, activate your thighs to lift the kneecaps. You can look at that. You can look at the actual kneecaps lifting. Pushing down on your wrists, lift your chest up, lift your spine up like you did in Dandasana. Look at the gap in between your feet, about 2 feet in front, so your chin doesn't lift. Stay there. Drop the chin slightly. So if you have anything going on in your low back, your hamstrings are tight, then you just stay and work in this stage of the posture, okay? If you're more open, your hamstrings are more open, then bring your hands to Namaste. And then interlock your fingers, straighten your arms, palms facing out, and take your hands above your head. Lengthen up, palms facing up, Aline? Yes. And here, again, apply the actions in your legs. Do the same actions. Now use your hands, straighten your hands, and lengthen the spine. Lengthen the front of the chest, lengthen the sides of your waist. And try to drop the inner groins towards the floor, So there's an internal rotation at the hip joint of your femur bone. So you can stay here in this stage. If you're going further, release the interlock, point the fingers up, look up, exhale, and relax your hips, long spine as you fold and bring your hands to the floor in front of you. Yes. Now in the half position, once again, inhale, lengthen your sternum forward. So Aline, drop your hands to the floor. Yes. Pull the floor, in fact, with your hands. Pull it slightly to lift your chest, lengthen the spine, and you'll feel the hip joint opening and the legs opening there. Relax the legs there. This is the next stage. You can just work here, hold the action and relax. If you're relaxed here already, then maybe bring your elbows to the floor, forearms to the floor. And once again, pull the floor with your forearms, lengthen the spine to open the hip joint. And you progress like that. How do you know you've gone too far? Your spine, the sternum has dropped and your upper back is rounding. If that happens, you've gone too far. Back off and lengthen the sternum forward. Okay, and then inhale, come up, please. Exhale, bring your legs together, release. Okay. Lie down on your back again. Now, actually, sorry, before you do that, those of you who have shoulder stand, how many people practice shoulder stand on their own? Can I see a show of hands at the center? Okay. Okay. So I would suggest that everyone find a wall. I mean, except if you're practicing shoulder stand at the center, that's fine. Karith, I would suggest you to do it against the wall because of the back situation. So unless you're practicing shoulder stand at the center, unless you're doing that, otherwise find a wall and take your legs up the wall, hips touching the wall. So it's good to go in sideways, and then turn to take the legs up and try to bring the hips to touch or at least close to the wall. Okay. Lani, you can go up on your own. Now, rest of you against the wall. Bend your knees and place your feet on the wall. Make sure that the feet are higher than. Okay, Karith, are you against a window? If you're against a window, don't be against the window because it can crack. That's happened to me. Oh, sorry, I can't hear you.
I don't have a wall that's not a window.
It's not a window? Okay.
I mean,
then
it is a window. I don't have a wall.
Okay. Okay, then
The window.
be careful not to press too hard against it because it can crack here. Okay. So bend the knees if you're against the wall and feet on the wall. Feet are higher than the knees. And you're going to lift your hips up. Lift your hips off the floor and bring your hips towards your pelvis towards your forward. Bring the pelvis forward. Support your back with your palms and your hands. Support your back. Zach, I think you've done this before, so take it easy when you do it. And stay there. Lani, press your heels, outer edges of your feet. Move your big toes away from each other. Take the knees back. Lani. Go to plow pose, please, Lani. Rest of you, you can stay there. Try to lengthen the front of the body, lengthen the spine. Lengthen from the throat, the front, till the pubic bone. Lengthen the spine. And then slowly roll out, come out of the posture. And come back to your mat. Come back to your mat, lie down there. We're going to work on a twist, but there's some core work here as well. So lying down on your mat, bend your knees, feet on the floor. Lift and move your hips to the right. Release the hips on the floor. Now take both your knees into your chest, both the knees into the chest. Knees into the chest. Don't twist yet, just knees into the chest. Take your hands out to the side in line with your shoulders. Yes, like that, palms facing up. Now take your knees into your chest. Yeah, take the knees in and flex your feet. Make sure that the inner edges of your feet are touching. You're going to drop your knees and feet to your left, but hover them in the air, just above the floor. Don't let them touch the floor. Yes, pull the knees in once you get there. Yes. Relax the right side of the abdomen. Press on your left elbow. Reach out with the right hand to bring the right shoulder blade down. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, release your feet to the floor. Lift and move your hips to the left. And take your knees into your chest as much as you can, right there. Flex your feet. Don't use your hands. Keep your hands where they are. Flex your feet. Make sure that the inner edges of your feet are touching. And then on your exhale, knees into the chest and to the other side, to your right. Yes. And once again, pull the knees into your chest. Inner edges of your feet touching. Relax the left side of the abdomen. Press on the right elbow. Reach with the left hand. Left shoulder blade towards or on the floor. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, release. We're going to repeat this. Of course, if it's too much for you, you can just go down to release your knees to the floor if it's too much for you. You can repeat this variation that we did, or I'm going to take you a little deeper if that's available for you. So once again, lift and move your hips to the right. Take your knees into your chest. Hands in line with your shoulders, please. Palms facing up. Yeah. And now here, you have the choice to keep the knees bent like this, or if it's available for you, straighten your legs. Straighten the legs. Join the inner edges of your feet. Keep them as it is. Now pull the feet towards your face, and then take them to your left, toes towards your left hand. Toes towards the left hand, and hover above the floor if you can. Relax the right side of the abdomen. Push with the left elbow. Reach with the right hand. Inhale, come up. Bend your knees and come up. And release the feet to the floor. Lift and move your hips to the left. Take your knees into your chest. Straighten your legs. Flex your feet. Join the inner edges. Keep them in contact. Inhale, bring the foot towards your face. Exhale, bring the foot towards your left hand as you take it, your right hand as you take it down. Hover if you can. And then press the right elbow. Relax the left abdomen. Reach with the left hand. And inhale, come all the way up. Bend your knees. Come up. Exhale, release your feet. And release. Relax there. And we're going to go into fish pose from here. So let me show you how to get into fish pose, because some people have I think it creates a bit of a confusion. Let me see if I can pin I can spotlight my video. Okay.
Go into fish pose. Can you hear me? Because something happened with you can hear me, right? Okay. So let me just show you the technique of going in. So you're going to start lying down like this. Try to bring your elbows into your torso, and then pushing down on the elbows, or you can also grip the mat like this. You're going to just lift your torso up, your chest, head and shoulders off, pushing down on your elbows. Lift your chest up, take the chest up. You can't see because of my blue shirt, you can't really see the chest lifting. Lift the chest up, then look back release your head back and walk your elbows forward slightly, bring the crown of your head to the floor, and then maybe walk it in a little bit. Then you can stay here with the spine arching, or if it's available, lift the legs up and hands up and stay here. Okay? To come down, release the legs, release the head. Okay? Let me take you into it. First, lie down on your back, please. There are many different stages in the posture. Do what is appropriate for you.
It's hard to hear you.
Okay, 1 second. Hold on, let me just check.
You hear me now? Okay? Okay. Okay. So first lie down on your back. Bring the elbows towards your torso. Push the elbows on. Keep your legs straight on the floor. Yeah. Push the elbows and lift your head, shoulders, chest off the floor. Lift your torso up. Yes. Now lift your chest up from there. Push down on the elbows. Lift the chest. So Aline, come up more. Yes. And then start to look back. Look back and drop. Take your elbows forward slightly. Drop the head. Yes. Now try to bring the head closer towards your hips. Go in slightly. Yes. Lift the chest up more. And now you can either stay here or relax your hands. Take your legs up and take your hands up. So Randy, release your hands to the floor. Release your hands, yes. Lani, you can continue to stay up. And try to stay there for a little while. And release your legs down first, then release your head and relax there. And take a brief twist, reclining twist of your choice to release the spine there. Change sides if you haven't already. Your own practice here. And then make your way to Shavasana, final resting posture. Make sure that the low back is long and your shoulders are tucked under. And try to relax the physical body by releasing your actions. Relax your energy body by releasing your effort. And release your mind by relaxing your breath.
Part of the reason I wanted to focus on the home of the body today is that I think sometimes when we're overwhelmed by what's going on outside in the world, we can start to look elsewhere, and point fingers, and say this one is doing that, and that's not good, or the other one is doing something that I don't appreciate, or that is wrong, and that might be so. That might be very true, and it can be overwhelming when there's a lot broken in our world, and we feel that we want to be a part of fixing it, and can feel overwhelmed by our inability to do so. And I really do think that that is what the story that I shared earlier is about, in essence, that, you know, going out and looking for this great concept of the universe being in exile with itself, that God being in exile with God's self, is such an enormous problem, that it's not for a human being to be able to fix that on one's own. And we're told to turn inward and go back home. And for us, home is right here. And to first attend to the issues that we have for ourselves. So when we see problems in the world, and we want to address those problems in the world, as terrible as they are, and I'm not suggesting that anyone refrain from being a part of the solution to the great brokenness of our world. Quite the opposite. First, we have to attend to where we're broken here. And when we see something that bothers us on the outside, we need to attend to that first here, and then turn outward with compassion, just as we turn with compassion to ourselves, and then surely to address those problems in the world as well. This is home where I belong. In this breath, in this heart, this is home where I belong. In this voice, in this song, this is home where I belong. In this breath, in this heart, this is home where I belong. In this voice, in this song. And as we think about attending to ourselves and to the world, let's also attend to noticing that we're coming toward the end of the Sabbath. We can join in Havdalah together. Oh, I just want to point out, I had to bring out a new candle, which is kind of wonderful. As we see all the time that we've spent together, in the fact that we've melted one Havdalah candle together and are working on our next. המבדיל בין קודש לכל, חטאותינו ימחול. זרענו וכספנו ירבה כחול, והכוכבים בלילה. שבוע טוב, שבוע טוב, שבוע טוב, שבוע טוב, שבוע טוב, שבוע טוב. Wishing everyone a week where they find the home within themselves, and may that bring you sustenance to go out at the right time to bring good healing. Shavua Tov, everyone.